to need today is a pair of dumbbells. I'm going to be using a pair of 30s. You can certainly go lighter or heavier depending on your comfort level. I'll demonstrate what we're going to do with them and then the rest of the movements, and then we'll get started. So we're going to, the workout today is going to have 5 different movements in it. Only one of them is going to involve the dumbbells, and that's going to be the dumbbell deadlift. So we're going to have a pair of dumbbells. We're going to grab one in each arm. You're going to have your feet about hip width apart, maybe just outside that. You're going to hinge at your hips, tap those dumbbells to the floor, and then stand back up. Thinking about keeping a nice neutral spine, weight on my heels, pressing through my heels, and keeping my back as flat as I can. I'll show you a couple from the side as well here. So again, weight on my heels, hinging my hips back, trying to keep my back nice and flat, tapping those weights to the floor, and those are going to be my dumbbell deadlifts. We're going to do a set of 20 of those, so keep that in mind when you're choosing your weights. The next movement is going to be a plank. We're going to hold this plank for a minute, and for the variation for today's workout, we're going to do a plank on our forearms. So how that's going to go is I'm going to come down to my forearms. I want my elbow underneath my shoulder. I'm going to put my feet as if I was going to do like a push-up, and then I'm going to straighten out, and the goal is to have a nice flat back with a straight line from my shoulder all the way through my body down to my ankle, and try to avoid too much rounding or dropping or anything like that. Kind of as straight as you can make that, okay? We're going to hold that for a minute each round, which is going to be challenging, but I think it's a good time to challenge yourself there. If that becomes too much, another option is a kneeling plank. So same idea, but instead of on our toes, we just come to the knees like this, and this is a good substitute. Or if it becomes too hard, you can drop down to that position. Okay, the third movement is going to be a lateral hop. We're going to start on one side of our space here. We're going to hop to the other side. If you spread your arms out, that's about the max distance that I want you to go, maybe even less than that. And then once we land on that leg, we're going to control our weight, control our momentum, and then go back to the other side. So I'll show you kind of in real time. It's going to look like this. And we're going to do 20 total per round. Each time you move from side to side, it's going to count as 1. So 1, 2, 3, etc. All right, the fourth movement is going to be an inchworm plus a push-up. So we're going to do 5 of these per round. You're going to start now at the edge of your space, really good posture. You're going to walk your hands down to the, first you're going to hinge at your hips, then walk your hands across the floor. We're going to walk into our kind of plank push-up position. You're going to come down, do a push-up, and then you're going to walk yourself back. And you feel free to go a little wider with your stance. I was probably a little narrow on that one. I'll do one more here. So maybe outside hip width apart, hinging at my hips, walking forward, dropping down to the ground to do my push-up, and then reversing it, walking back. Again, you're going to do 5 total of those each round. The fifth and final movement that we're going to do each round of this is a jump, squat jump. So how that's going to go is you're going to start feet about hip width apart, maybe just outside of that. We're going to go down to the bottom of our squat, and then we're going to jump up and try to land nice and softly. We don't want to pound our legs on this landing. We don't want to have a jarring motion. We want to be nice and soft and controlled. We're going to do 10 per round. I'm going to demo a couple in a row here so you can kind of see how they're going to look. So that's 3 of them. Again, right now I don't care as much about how high you jump. I care a lot more about how soft you land. Okay, so it's going to be 10 per round. So once again, we're going to do 3 rounds. It's going to be 20 dumbbell deadlifts, 1 minute plank, 20 lateral hops, 5 inchworm to a push-up, and then 10 squat jumps. And we're going to go through that list 3 total times. Okay, I'm going to set the clock, and then we're going to get rocking. We're going to go in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. 20 dumbbell deadlifts. need to set it down, rest your grip for a second, that's totally fine. If not, just keep chipping away. After those 20, set your dumbbells down. We're gonna then go to the ground. We're gonna do our minute plank, starting now. If you're there, if not, start when you can. Try to get in that nice flat back position as best you can. If you need to wiggle around and adjust a little bit, totally fine. If at any point you need to take a break, I want you to go down to your knees. Try to maintain that plank position, but from your knees if you can. We're already halfway there. These are going to get challenging. Focus on your breathing when you can. You have 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good, done with that. Next we have back to our feet and we have the 20 lateral hops. Very good. After those 20 lateral hops, we're doing our 5 inchworms to a push-up. Make sure you're breathing throughout these. Once we get to 5, we're done with those. And then all we have left to finish the round is the squat jumps 10 times. Again, soft landing. After those 10, round 1's completed. We're back to our dumbbell deadlifts for round number 2. 20 deadlifts. Those 20, set the weights down. We're back to our plank. Another minute. Get in position when you're ready and begin. Make sure you're breathing. Check in with your positioning every once in a while. Halfway there. Again, if you need to rest, I prefer that you go to your knees and continue to be in the plank position. We're getting close. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done with that. Nicely done. We're back to our lateral hops. 20 times. Very good. After those 20, we are back to our 5 inchworms with a push-up. Again, that nice wide stance. Walking your hands out. Five times. And after those 5, we have 10 squat jumps. And after those 10, round 2's done. All we have is one more round. Back to our dumbbell deadlifts. 20 reps. Last set of these. And after those 20, set those down. We're done with the dumbbells. Next, we have our final minute plank. This is going to be the most challenging of the planks. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Over halfway. Remember, this is our last round. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Nice, done with those. Back to our feet. Last set of the lateral hops. 20 reps. Very good. Next is our final set of those inchworms with a push-up. Nice wide stance. 5 times. After those 5, final movement is the 10 squat jumps, soft landing. Awesome. Once you're done with that, bring your heart rate down as best you can, and you're all done. Nice job.